Welcome back to LEGO Wars and Heat H of Series 4. Last time out it was action left, right and centre as Scorpios and King Bee Cubes survived the onslaught to make the cut as the 13th seed's Megalovania crashed out. This week it's the turn of the Temp seed's Deor returning after finally shaking off their bad luck to make the top 16. They are joined by the former 4th place finishers Fab Jeffrey, now seeded 15th. Let's see who else will join them tonight.
First, from Dublin and seeded number 10, Deor.
The once unluckiest machine in LEGO Wars sits high and mighty now after their recent successes and will be the favourite to win the heat.
From Brighton and seeded number 15, Fab Jeffrey.
This new Jeff stuttered to the quarter-finals in the recent All-Star Special and needs a strong run tonight to show they still deserve a seeding.
From Bristol, Mingo.
The dual pecker didn't do quite enough to deserve a seeding this year and will be out to prove that they're still a bracket-worthy bot.
From Coventry, Monsoon.
The top Brit bot from BattleBots is now in LEGO Wars armed with their signature asymmetric bar to rain down the pain.
From Spanish Fork, Utah, Scarlet Serpent.
The new machine on the block from Motte & Bailey has independent weapon and drive pods, giving them further freedom around the arena. We'll begin tonight's action with the Temp seeds against Monsoons. Let's see if the panels will fly.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
It's always good fun to see Deor back in the LEGO Wars arena with that bucket scoop and those big boggly eyes, but they are up against the terrifying looking Monsoon, a LEGO version of the BattleBots legend of the same name, and already bits of Deor going flying that they're used to damage like that. They lost to pain in the round of 16 last year and they got splattered there. They somehow survived to a judge's decision. It is a very resilient machine, Deor, and they are proving that by taking those big hits and still going. At the moment, Monsoon Spinner appears to have stopped. What a start this has been though for this machine. British by nature, but American in success. I think that's what you can say about it. I honestly don't know. I'm sleep deprived if you couldn't tell. Deor going around the back there of Monsoon, using good driving, but Monsoon now pinning them against the side wall. Monsoon by far on top at the moment. It's had the more effective weapon, it's been more controlled, it's been more aggressive, and the number 10 seeds are on the ropes here already, being pushed now towards the screws, but driving away, getting caught on its own body pieces though. That's one of the issues with LEGO Wars, the LEGO panels that get stuck on the arena floor. Monsoon very nearly pushed on the pit there actually. That was good driving by Deor and good evasive driving by Monsoon. As I was saying a moment ago, those LEGO panels and robots, when they go flying, they often act as debris and they get a lot of robots caught, and that's definitely been happening to Deor a lot in this fight. And they're going to have to do something special here and hope for a minor miracle, I guess, in order to win this fight, even if it is via a judge's decision, and get 2 points on the board. If they can make it to the judges and lose via the judges, at least 1 point will be better than nothing. Monsoon driving in. There's a chain there on the arena floor as well. I think that might be Monsoon's. That might be why we haven't seen the spinner spin for such a long time. Good push there by Deor, pushing Monsoon against the arena side. Whoa, what's happened here to Monsoon? I think Monsoon may have got caught in a bit of debris, as I mentioned earlier, and all of a sudden Deor, the only mobile machine in the arena. A victory spin, a salute from the lifting bucket, and Monsoon they're finished. They can't move. They're out. I don't believe it! Deor! They've got 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second.
6.
Deor have secured 3 points, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is a miracle. Absolutely insane stuff starting off this heat. Monsoon looked incredible early on, causing horrendous damage to Deor, but then their weapon chain come off there. Look, they sort of launched it at Deor almost, and after that, Deor were back on the offensive. They nearly got Monsoon down the pit a couple of times, used good evasive driving, used their bucket scoop well as well, pushing them around the arena, and it was here, look, I think, pushing them backwards, and they got caught on that bit of debris there, and that was all 0 for Monsoon.
Another showing of Deor's luck as Monsoon gets stranded on their own chain. Let's see if their fellow seeds will have to ride their luck too against Scarlet Serpent.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
2 very good looking robots here, Fabulous Jeffrey and Scarlet Serpent. Scarlet Serpent looks absolutely stunning, doesn't it? I would have to say this heat has got some of the best looking robots of the series, in all honesty. Fabulous Jeffrey, of course, legends of LEGO Wars, driving into the arena side wall there with that scary looking horizontal spin, although it's not spinning as well as it usually does. There we go, they've finally got it up to grabs now, but in comes the grabbing jaw of Scarlet Serpent. Nom, 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 eating the rear end of Fabulous Jeffrey, which doesn't make too pleasant thinking, does it really? But, well, Fabulous Jeffrey now trying to come in on the tracks, but Scarlet Serpent has those little side panels to sort of protect the tracks. So, very well designed machine, Scarlet Serpent. Very fun seeing it trundle around the arena floor. Fabulous Jeffrey, of course, like I said, bags of experience. They made it to the round of 16 in the last wars, lost to eventual champions Waddle Dee 2 back then. So, of course, go to the pit button now. No disgrace in losing to the eventual champions of the series. They've come back completely rebuilt. They struggled a lot actually last year after taking horrendous damage against Pain in the heats. I'm sure many LEGO Wars fans remember that bloodbath. Scarlet Serpent now with another pinch on the side now of Fabulous Jeff 3, which, being honest, has not been performing as well as many of us had hoped early on in this battle. The spinner has barely spun, and when it has spun, it's been more of a trundle. It hasn't really been spinning up to the speed we would hope it would. And Scarlet Serpent has used good driving and good control here to outmaneuver that weapon at every opportunity and use their grabbing claw as a more effective weapon. For me at the moment, Scarlet Serpent are ahead on all three criteria. This could be a bit of a surprise here. Complete newcomer to the wars, untested design before this series as well. Up against a legend like Fabulous Jeff 3, and Fabulous Jeff 3 really are not living up to their seeding or their potential here at all, are they? Being driven towards the pit, but just surviving there. The spinner now getting up to speed, but not able to do the damage that they were hoping to on that attack. And I tell you what, Scarlet Serpent, is a very sturdy robot, actually. It looks like it could be a little bit flimsy in places, but it's withstanding those weapon hits pretty well. I'm just wondering if that weapon of Fabulous Jeff 3 is working to its full potential. I don't think it is. I think they're having trouble here, Fabulous Jeff 3, and that's a shame because this robot looks really good. They've put a lot of hard work into it over the last year, and it's barely worked in its opening clash. So they're going to have to take it back to the heats, back to the pits, I should say, and really reinvest it and have a look into it, because I tell you what, at the moment, if it continues performing like this, I can't see them getting a single point on the board. They might be lucky enough to get one here if this fight lasts with the judges, which at the moment it might do, although Scarlet Serpent could use that claw to grab a hold of them and shove them down the pit. They've got 10 seconds to do it. I don't think they're going to in that amount of time. So it will go to the... Oh, for a minute I thought Jeff were going to throw themselves in there. Well, they survived the judges just, but that was a bit tragic, I have to admit. Fabulous Jeff 3 not working to its highest potential for sure. Was it a control problem? Was it radio interference? Or was it just a rush build? I'm not too sure. Fabulous Jeff 3 failing to really get off the mark and do anything impressive, and Scarlet Serpent using its jaw to good effect. They weren't able to finish Jeff off, although they did try a couple of times. Nearly got them down the pit a couple of times too. For me though, everything there was done by Scarlet Serpent. Fab Jeff 3 really did struggle. Could be a bit of an upset here for the seeds. We'll see what the judges think.
And the winner, by unanimous decision, is Scarlet Serpent. A very lackluster performance from Fab Jeffrey as Scarlet Serpent starts their campaign strongly. Let's see if Mingo can also start strongly as they take on an old rival from Series 2 in Deor. Mingo's very first fight in LEGO Wars was against the Polka Dot Machine as they pecked their way to a debut win. With Deor's luck on the up though, let's see if they can equal the score.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
Oh, very quick start there from Tour de Mingo as it drives into Deor and brings in the swinging hammers, knocking off one of the eyes of the number 10 seeds and not really giving them a chance to breathe. That was a very aggressive start, very impressive start too from the mighty pink machine, bringing down those peckers once again into the central section of Deor. Deor backing into the side wall, not great control. Now coming back and seeing if they can get that front scoop underneath, but Mingo coming in with a good push and pushing them towards the screws. Will the screws snag the fur of Deor? Not on that occasion. Down come the axes of Tour de Mingo again. They made it to the round of 32 last year. Lost to eventual champions Waddle Dee 2. Unlucky not to be seeded in my opinion. But hey, I don't make the rules, do I? Now, can Deor get that bucket scoop in underneath Tour de Mingo? What's happened to Tour de Mingo? Oh, for a minute there I thought that Deor managed to steal another one. That would have been very, very lucky for them. The luck of the Irish certainly are flying out to today. Deor has lost a lot of body panels, hasn't it? Tour de Mingo isn't moving as smoothly as it was at the beginning of this fight. It started off very quick, very aggressive, but is slowly but surely ground down to a bit of a crawler out there, and Deor taking full advantage of that, bringing in that scoop, pushing them around. One eye, it's like some sort of weird polka dot cyclops out there now. The Dublin Destroyer, the Irish Curse, Deor with the bucket scoop. Now, I'm not too sure how effective that's going to be, you know, against a robot like Two-Headed Death Flamingo, because Mingo, if it is flicked over, I think it can still move. If it can't still move, I think it does have the ability to right itself using those peckers. But there's a very, very, very sad-looking Two-Headed Death Flamingo there, and Deor knows it, opening the pit. Now Mingo bursting back into speed, and I tell you what, if they could have got a good push in there, Deor would have been down the pit, but it seemed to have lurched back into life, only to die again. Off goes the other eye of Deor now, so it's blind. Well, that's it now then. Deor can't see where it's going. It will throw itself down the pit, I'm sure. Can they use their bucket scoop to flip over Two-Headed Death Flamingo? Two-Headed Death Flamingo really are struggling here now, though you can tell they've definitely got some sort of control issues out there. They're stuttering, they're stopping and starting, stopping and starting. They're certainly not moving as well as they were. Driving backwards into the side wall there, that was terrible control from them. Good aggression by Deor, and they're doing well to keep ahead and keep on top of Two-Headed Death Flamingo, whose weapons also seem to be sort of grinding to a halt there, really. The weapons, are they still moving? If they are, they're barely moving. Not really too sure what's going on. Good push there once again by Deor. And Sam Elliott will be disappointed. They started off really strong, but they've slowly but surely lost that edge. It is going to go to the judges. Was the early aggression from Mingo enough, or has Deor done enough in the latter moments of this battle to come back? Although Mingo did start coming back towards the end there. This is going to be a difficult one for the judges, although Deor seems to think they've won. Well, we'll see what the judges say. It was certainly a great start for Mingo in the early stages of that battle, slamming into Deor and using their weapon to good effect, causing damage, using good control and aggression as well. But as the battle droned on, Mingo became more and more tired and slowed down a lot, and that meant that Deor could come back strongly. And I'm just wondering if the aggression and the control from Deor towards the latter parts of that battle was enough to swing it into Seed's favour. Very close fight this one, very tough one for the judges to decide.
And the winner, by unanimous decision, is Deor. A bright start wasn't enough for Mingo as Deor exacts their revenge to take him. Come on. A bright start wasn't enough for Mingo as Deor exacts their revenge to take a commanding lead tonight. Next up, it's this heat's spinners in action and a chance to see if Jeff's spin-up issues have been resolved.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
Have Fabulous Jeff 3 managed to iron out the issues that they had in the previous battle? The spinner certainly seems to be spinning better in this fight. Monsoon spinning up the speed early as well. They were disappointed due to their unfortunate loss earlier to Deor. They were expected to come out of that one with at least 2 points. They came out of it with 0 due to an unfortunate KO. So they're looking here now to gain that 3 points. And they're looking to take their revenge out on the fabulously coloured Fabulous Jeff 3, and some damage already done there to the armour, and one of the wheel guards of Fab Jeff 3 has also been ripped away. Fabulous Jeff 3 are still struggling here. That spinner of theirs, it span up nicely at the beginning of the fight and has done absolute bugger all since. And Monsoon spinner, meanwhile, it just keeps spinning and keeps spinning and keeps spinning, unless of course they throw their weapon belt out at them again like they did in their last fight. I can't see Monsoon losing this one, and Fabulous Jeff 3 are going to have to really dig down deep here because serious damage is being done. One of the top panels has been ripped away. Fabulous Jeff 3, is it still mobile? I don't think so. Well, there is a little bit of movement, not a lot, but there is a little bit. Just enough to be considered still mobile. Honestly, if I was, I might just play dead at this point. Save yourselves for later rounds. Not only have you got to fix a robot that was barely working to begin with, but you've now got to fix one that's been absolutely splattered, guys. I would have just stopped there and hope that we could have at least fixed it for the later rounds, but it doesn't seem to be their case. Then again, it never really was it? They will try or die trying at the end of the day. And Fabulous Jeff 3, I'm getting sudden flashbacks to their encounter as Jeff 2 Fabulous in the last wars against Pain. The top panel's been completely splattered. One of the wheels is a little bit loose and wonky as well. Fabulous Jeff 3, are they going for the pit part? They are! They seem to think they might have a chance of getting Monsoon down the pit. But off comes that loose wheel I was worried about. And it's only a matter of time now, surely, until Fab Jeff 3 go down, down, down into the pit of Oblivion. And down
6.
they go. And Monsoon with a very, very impressive win there, making up for their earlier debacle. Well done, Monsoon. They get 3 points. Poor Fabulous Jeff 3. I think that initial contact, stopped their spinner from working at its full potential. Something certainly went wrong because we never really saw it in action again after that. And it was just seeing Monsoon slowly but surely tear them apart limb from limb. Top panels gone, wheels gone, sides gone, hopes and dreams also gone. And you know what? I think we could be seeing the 15th seeds crash out early this year.
Worrying times for the 15th seeds as Shades of Pain last year rear their head once more, this time at the hands of Monsoon. They could yet fall to the bottom of the table if Mingo can get their campaign back on track against Scarlet Serpent.
Robot ears, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
Oh, very, very quick start once again there from Two-Headed Death Flamingo. They seem to have ironed out all the wrinkles and all the issues that they had in their previous battle, pinning Scarlet Serpent into the side there and also bringing down the axes. Trying to cause as much damage as they possibly can, although I'm not too sure how effective they are against a robot like Scarlet Serpent, although they did just knock off the little mascot. The little lucky mascot there on Scarlet Serpent knocked off by one of the swinging axe heads of Two-Headed Death Flamingo. That's it now, surely. Scarlet Serpent have absolutely no hope without their lucky mascot, I'm sure. I will admit, whilst it does look beautiful, it's more of a looker than it is a true serious contender, I would have to say. Although it has got a 2-point decision victory under its belt. Yes, it was against Fabulous Jeff 3, but, take a win is a win at the end of the day. That's what I always do. Down comes the big biting jaws now, though, of Scarlet Serpent. And those have proved to be very effective in this heat so far. Very effective weapon indeed, although they can't seem to push Two-Headed Death Flamingo backwards. Little swing of the axe there for Two-Headed Death Flamingo. One of those axes is raised. Oh, now it swings backwards, so it is okay. Good speed to it. They definitely seem to have sorted out the issues that they had in the last round. They were disappointed with that judge's loss. They were really hoping for a win, but it didn't quite go their way due to unfortunate radio issues. Being pushed backwards again now. The top panel has come off of Two-Headed Death Flamingo. Not really too sure if that's a serious bit of damage or just a little bit of superficial damage. Well, that's what they think of that top panel. They just hit it with their own weapon. Very good. Now, good little bit of driving here by Scarlet Serpent to grab a hold of the weapon head there of Two-Headed Death Flamingo. Didn't really do much with it, though. Didn't use it to its full advantage. Now trying to push back again. Reversing now. Get a better run at them, perhaps. Two-Headed Death Flamingo. Are they having similar control issues to what they were having earlier on? They've certainly slowed down towards the latter half of this battle. And once again, the machine that they started off bullying is becoming the bully. Pushing Mecha Mingo back again. Not Mecha Mingo, it's Two-Headed Death Flamingo. I'm sorry, I'm so sleep deprived. I'm so sleep deprived. I apologise. I really do apologise. Anyway, back to the action. Two-Headed Death Flamingo bursting back into life. Good little push there by Scarlet Serpent. Pushing them back, pushing them back, pushing them back. Trying to use those tracks to good advantage. But can Two-Headed Death Flamingo push them back towards the pit? Good little tussle this one. Very good heave-ho. Very close once again. Could well go to the judges. If it goes to the judges, I'm not too sure who they're going to go for at this point. Both machines have used good control and good aggression throughout. Who's had the more effective weapon, though? Scarlet Serpent certainly has got a few good bites in. But don't forget, Two-Headed Death Flamingo managed to knock off the little mascot on the top of Scarlet Serpent. So anything is possible. And we are going to go to the judges here unless something big happens in the next 7 seconds, which I don't think it will, or will it? Oh, Two-Headed Death Flamingo desperately trying to push Scarlet Serpent towards the pit. They're not going to do it.
6.
Cease called. And that was a very, very good close fight. Another tough one for the judges. Very, very close fight, that one again. Two-Headed Death Flamingo starting off relatively strong, bringing the swinging axes down and even knocking off the little mascot. But Scarlet Serpent definitely came back towards the second half of that battle using good control and aggression, bringing down that biting jaw. And despite the attacks there, although they did lose their tooth as well, that could be decisive in this decision. I honestly don't know. It was very close, very back and forth. Both machines doing good aggression as well. Very, very tough one for the judges in a heat full of them.
And the winner, by unanimous decision, is Scarlet Serpent. As Mingo has another early charge fizzle out before time, Scarlet Serpent takes another 2 points as the surprise package tonight continues to impress. Their biggest test comes next though as they clash with top of the table Deor.
Robot ears, stand by. 3, 2, 1. activate.
Interesting battle this one. Two very good robots that are currently undefeated in this heat. Deor has more points on the board due to that KO they got against Monsoon at the beginning of the heat. Meanwhile, Scarlet Serpent riding on 2 judges' wins. So both of them doing pretty well at the moment. Little piece of Deor there just spat out at the bottom of Scarlet Serpent. Now, Scarlet Serpent, that's an interesting design. Look, the tracks are only attached to the robot from the rear. That means that when a lifter like Deor tries to lift them up in the air, the track just raise up, but the robot itself doesn't get flipped. Now, that's a very interesting design. It's a very unique robot, isn't it, Scarlet Serpent? I don't think we've ever seen anything like this in LEGO Wars. And I tell you what, if we have a Best Design Award at the end of the series, I definitely think this one is a machine that deserves the opportunity to be awarded such an award. Deor now being grabbed. Look at that, under the bucket scoop. That's good work there once again by Scarlet Serpent, using their claw to their advantage. Grabbing Deor under the bucket scoop and pushing him backwards. That was great tactics, great driving and great control. But Deor now pushing Scarlet Serpent back. And whilst that little design of theirs is an effective one at avoiding flippers, it does also mean that it reduces their pushing power. So that might be something to watch out for later in this battle, or indeed this heat. Deor at the moment for me though are struggling. The number 10 seeds. Then again, they started struggling in the last 2 fights and they came back to win those. So anything is possible when you have the luck of the Irish on your side. Good push there once again by Scarlet Serpent, bringing that claw in. Deor, though, getting that scoop underneath and pushing Scarlet Serpent back towards the pit. That's what I meant about that superior pushing power and the reduced pushing power in those tracks of Scarlet Serpent do indeed raise into the air. And that is certainly something I think Deor will have sussed out at this point and trying desperately, you can see now, to get Scarlet Serpent down the pit. That was the second attempt by them to get them towards that pit and get them down it. And here's the third attempt now, and it's only a matter of time, surely, yes!
6.
Until Scarlet Serpent is sunk, and Deor get another 3 points. Deor undefeated thus far in the heats. It's proven to be a very effective robot and definitely worthy of its 10th seeding. Scarlet Serpent, though, did give them a good fight and give them a good run for their money. They used their great tactic there, getting underneath the bucket scoop and grabbing the internals with their claw. They didn't manage to use it to their full effect, and Deor were wise to keep their bucket scoop low from that point onwards and eventually outpushed them and shoved them down.
A great tussle between our high-performing machines tonight as the Temp seeds confirm their place in the postseason bracket. Now this is where Jeff should be fighting next, however breaking news from the pits is they're struggling to get their robot fixed in time. In the meantime, we've switched the fights, so up next will be Mingo against Monsoon.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Interesting battle this one. Sam Elliott and Tom Brewster are both good friends, but their robots are better enemies in the LEGO Wars arena. I would say a good start by Two-Headed Mingo there, managing to get off the starting point and get that speed in once again, but they've taken damage courtesy of that huge spinner of Monsoon. That was a big hit there from them. Trying to bring in that spinner again and do more damage. Look at that. And I tell you what, that quick start from Two-Headed Mingo is all of a sudden once again become a slight crawl. Oh, dear. And pieces flying everywhere, and I love it. This is what we like to see in LEGO Wars. Robots getting absolutely mulched by a big scary spinner, and that's exactly what Monsoon has brought to the table this year. It's a newcomer to LEGO Wars. We've never seen it compete in LEGO Wars before. Oh, what are they doing? I guess they were showing a little bit of their I guess you could say inexperienced in the LEGO Wars arena there. They drove straight into the arena side wall. Usually they're a bit better at driving that on BattleBots. Well, okay, fair enough. We'll let it slide. It's their first time in this arena. Backing away now to hit the pit button, and it does so. And I think Mingo are in trouble in the corner. Has one of those wheels stopped working? No, it is still okay, although once again, they're barely trundling along. They are okay now. Oh, look, there's the weapon belt. Once again, Monsoon's weapon belt has come off, and that means that their weapon is now completely useless. So can Mingo take advantage of that? I doubt it very much.
6.
Down the pit they go, and that was good work there from Monsoon to finish them off while they still could. Whew, what a fight that was. Again, Mingo starting off the better of the two, but then some sort of control issues let them down, and that meant that they were an easy target for Monsoon. Being absolutely pulled apart, torn apart. They then drove into the side wall there, and I think that might have been what dislodged their weapon chain, you know. There it came off, but they were able to get Mingo down the pit anyway, which is good driving by the Monsoon team. Watch out for these guys.
Monsoon are really getting up to speed now, with that second KO taking them above Scarlet Serpent in the standings, as we can now confirm Fab Jeffrey will make their next fight, but a lot has been cut away from the machine to get it ready. Let's see if they can save their campaign against fellow strugglers Mingo.
Robot ears, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
It'll be interesting to see that new spinning weapon of Fabulous Jeff 3. They've put on a different spinner here. They've also scaled back the top, and they're hoping that that will solve all the issues they've had thus far in this heat. Although I think they've got a piece of Mingo. They have, look, stuck underneath them. That's going to hinder their driving abilities straight off the bat. That's a terrible luck, really. An unfortunate situation for them, because now they're going to struggle to get moving. The pit button pressed by Mingo didn't go down on the first occasion, but did on the second, and Jeff are already gone. Well, that was over before it even really began, unfortunately. We didn't even get to see that new spinner of Jeff's. Mingo using its front panel to beach them. That ruined their control and ability to drive around. And then when they lined them up over the pit, they hit the pit release button, and down went the number 15 seeds. What an unfortunate way to go for Jeff.
The zombified Jeff wasn't enough to save their season, as they have become the latest seed to fall. Scarlet Serpent, meanwhile, have dropped out of contention thanks to Mingo and need a point from their final fight with Monsoon to secure at least a playoff position.
Robot ears, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
Scarlet Serpent do need a win here in order to stay in for the bracket, and I don't think it's going to happen for them, though. The first hit alone from the deadly spinner of Monsoon has torn away the track of Scarlet Serpent, and I think that's them done for already. One of the little side protectors has also been splattered. And the head now of Scarlet Serpent being caved in completely and absolutely destroyed. This is the kind of damage we were expecting to see from Monsoon earlier on in this heat. Unfortunately, it took a while for it to get going, but finally now we're seeing what this machine can do. What has Tom Brewster unleashed upon the LEGO Wars arena here? Look at the damage caused to Scarlet Serpent. There's bits and pieces everywhere. There's cables hanging out the front of the robot. And as unique and as interesting as that machine is, I tell you what, it looks great being smashed up, doesn't it? Monsoon now turning around, being careful of the bits of debris. We saw them lose early to Deor after getting stuck on one of them, don't forget. And they will be definitely worried about actually doing the same thing. Hitting the pit button, down goes the pit. They know they've got to get this one over with quickly, because if they do get themselves stuck on a bit of debris, I think Scarlet Serpent are just moving enough outside of their circumference area to still be considered in. Off go the wings now as well. Yeah. Monsoon's weapon has stopped once again, and I think, yes, look, you can see its weapon chain is there on the floor beside it again. That is definitely an issue they're going to have to sort out for the bracket. I'm pretty certain they're guaranteed in there now after this performance. It's only now really a question of whether it wins via the judges or wins via KO. Because Scarlet Serpent, whilst it's fun and whilst it's entertaining, is almost certainly done for here. It's only a matter of time before Monsoon gets down the pit, or will it get it down the pit? They're trying desperately, I think. I think they're having some control issues of themselves. What is going on here? Is this synchronized dancing or something? What's going on? Come on. Get them down the pit. It's right there waiting for you. Pit, 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 pit. End it. Come on. Finish them off. What are they doing? Hello? Is anyone in the controls? Come on. The pit. It's right there. Finally, a little bit of a push, and finally down goes Scarlet Serpent. Well, that was a bit of a palaver, but Monsoon, very effective, very scary. Watch out for these guys in the bracket. Monsoon have finally woken up here, and a beast has been unleashed upon the LEGO Wars arena. Scarlet Serpent losing its track almost immediately, then it lost one side of its face before losing its entire head. It's not often you see a head explode on LEGO Wars, is it? And with no weapon and only one track, there was no real hope for Scarlet Serpent other than hoping that Monsoon would kill itself, though its weapon did break, and that is certainly something they're going to have to keep an eye on in the bracket. But Monsoon still looking very impressive.
A spectacular 40 seconds followed by some of the shoving of all time as Monsoon books their place in the bracket as the shattered remains of Serpent joins Jeff in elimination. The reanimated corpse of the latter is back in the arena for one final fight against their fellow seeds as Deor aims to regain their top position tonight.
Robot ears, stand by. 3, 2, 1. activate.
So, as usual, our two seeds clash in the final fight of the heat. It would be nice to see Fabulous Jeffrey get a win here and get some more points on the board. We know that they're out of the bracket entirely and out of the series entirely. They've only got 1 point on the board. Even a win here by a KO won't get them enough points, so they're out of it. Deor are through to the bracket. It's only really a matter of how many points they have and what seed they get in that bracket. At this point, they've been very impressive in this heat so far. They've only lost 0 fight. Deor coming in on the side of Fabulous Jeffrey and pushing them away. Fabulous Jeffrey is working well here and is working the best it's worked all heat. Having removed back the top panel and put that new spin on it, it's certainly more effective. Now the chassis of Deor has been torn away. There's panels all over the arena. And Fabulous Jeffrey finally waking up. Well, better late than never, I guess. It's just a shame that it took this long for it to work, but hopefully they can take this design now and replenish it for the next wars and get it better and bigger, and hopefully we'll see a performance more akin to the legend of LEGO Wars that we well and truly know. Another huge hit there to the back of Drizzle, tearing off the rear panels, and I think they've also done some more damage to the chassis. A huge piece went flying across the arena there as well. Fabulous Jeffrey have also destroyed the bucket scuba Deor as well. Goodness me, how many robots have managed to do that in their time on LEGO Wars? Not many. This is a frightening weapon on Fabulous Jeffrey, and it's a shame they didn't go with this early on. Something's gone wrong there, though, I think, for Fabulous Jeffrey. I think, yes, the weapon belt has come off. I can just see it inside the robot there. And that means now Fabulous Jeffrey, that frightening weapon that had been finally working up to this point, had barely worked. They finally got it working. And it's once again stopped. And Deor, with a well-timed push here, could outmaneuver Fabulous Jeffrey, get them towards the pit, because Fabulous Jeffrey, as you can tell by the evidence of that, has little to no pushing power whatsoever. Without a weapon, it is essentially useless. And unfortunately, I think we are about to see another upset here.
6.
Fabulous Jeffrey throwing itself in the pit. And Deor get another 3 points. That was the best Fabulous Jeffrey has performed all heat, and it's still damn well lost. How on earth did that happen? Deor absolutely torn to pieces. Armour literally spreading across the arena floor. Yes, there was some aggression from them at the start, but that was all Fabulous Jeffrey. The chassis was destroyed, the armour was torn away, and it looked like Fabulous Jeffrey were finally going to get a win in this heat. But then, unfortunately, the weapon belt went here, about there. You just saw it come off there. And then they threw themselves down the pit. What muppets.
That self-pitting pretty much sums up Fab Jeffrey's campaign as they sink to one final defeat tonight. It's been an action-packed night in the arena as Deor survived a number of scrapes to match Petunia's high score for the series so far, but the stars of tonight were the rookies Monsoon and Scarlet Serpent, as we congratulate the former and commiserate the latter. That's all from us tonight, but join us next time when the 8th seed's Tantrum return to punch their way to the bracket alongside the 17th seed Shatterstar. For now though, I've been your host David Smeg, and we'll see you in the next one.
You are shit and you belong there.